Look at how cute this sweater is. There's little bunnies on it. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my bathroom. Today I'm going to be doing a DIY holographic highlighter. I actually wanted to try out both that I found on the internet. One is in a stick form, kind of like the Milk holographic highlighter, and another is in a powder form. I kind of added my own spin to these, like all of the DIYs that I've been seeing around the internet. I kind of like just lumped together a bunch of ingredients I found in my house and what I had on me, and they turned out pretty great. So if you want to see, keep watching. Okay, so starting with the stick highlighter, what you're going to need is some coconut oil, a clean empty dish, some lip chap that you do not use anymore, a spoon, some very fine glitter. I just got this from the dollar store. If you want to use like actual makeup grade glitter, that's cool too. And some loose shimmery pigment. Make sure it's shimmery because that's the point of a holographic highlighter. You want some shimmer. I also got most of this from Broken Eyeshadow, and then I just crushed up the eyeshadow. So next you're going to want to take the lip chap and scoop it out into the dish. You're going to want to keep the lip chap tube and roll it all the way down to the bottom because you're going to fill it up later with the highlighter that you make. So I need more lip chap, so I just went in and used this one. It's actually a really good lip chap. I just have a lot of them, so I thought might as well just use this one. Preferably use a clear lip chap, but I didn't have any more, so this one had to do. So then I just scooped in a spoon of coconut oil. Learn from my mistakes. Do not put this much coconut oil. I think that you should put the same amount of lip chap as coconut oil, not any more than that, because then it'll be too watery. And then you're just going to want to microwave that for 30 seconds. Then it turns into this kind of liquid paste. Just mix it around and then you can put in the loose pigment. You want to for sure have a white pigment. I just got this from a shimmery white eyeshadow. This will give it the highlighter effect. You don't want it to be too colored because then it's just going to look like a bruise. And I actually went in and put some more lip chap because it was too watery. And this is just some loose pigment I got from Gosh. It is blue, and I sprinkled some of that in as well. So then I just went in with some fine glitter and I sprinkled a little bit on the top. It actually works pretty well because it's fine. It shows up when you actually swatch it. And then I put some more lip chap because it was still too watery in my opinion. Then I just added some silvery eyeshadow to the mix just to make it a little lighter. And then I mixed it around and put it in the microwave again for 30 seconds. Then you want to grab the empty lip chap tube, and a small syringe works best, but I'm just warning you that you will not be able to use this syringe afterwards because the product does dry up in there and it's nearly impossible to get out. So again, learn from my mistakes. And just fill it up to the top. And then I just went in and smoothed it out with my finger, pressed it down a little bit, and put it in the freezer for half an hour. It looks super pretty swatched. And I just decorated the tube by wrapping some tape around it that I found at the dollar store. So onto the powder. What you will need is rubbing alcohol, a dropper, a spoon, some loose pigment again. Make sure you have a white shimmery one because again, that is going to be the base of all the pigments. And this is just a bunch of eyeshadow that I broke again by accident because I'm a klutz, and I just smushed it up really finely. And then I just got this palette from Michael's for $1. It's supposed to be a mirror, but I'm just going to use the bottom part to put the highlighter in. So again, we're learning from my mistakes. Do not pour this much colored pigment out. It will be too dark for the actual highlighter. You want there to be more white than the colored one so that you get more of a translucent highlighter. And then you just add some rubbing alcohol with your dropper to the product, and you want it to become a moldable consistency. You could kind of just play around with it until you like the consistency. Keep adding rubbing alcohol if you think there isn't enough, and if you put too much, then you could just keep adding more pigment to make it kind of drier, because you don't want it to be too wet, because then it won't actually dry down easily when you put it in the palette. So then I kind of just scooped it into the little palette here. I found that my fingers worked better than the actual spoon. I get rid of the spoon later on, as you will see. And I just patted it down and molded it into the shape I wanted this color to be. And then I just did the same thing for the couple other colors I used. This is kind of a silvery shimmer, and I added the white to it. And then I went ahead and mixed it with the rubbing alcohol and put it in the palette as well. Again, using your fingers is the best method I find because it pats it down really well and you can maneuver it to whatever you like. And then went ahead and used a blue one. 20 years later, this took forever to come out. And I just did the same exact method as the other two. Mixed it with the white, put some rubbing alcohol, and then mixed it up and put it in the palette as well. And finally, I just used the rest of the white powder on its own, dropped in some rubbing alcohol, and it actually turned a sort of lavender color, which was pretty cool. And then I mixed it with the rest of the palette, whatever space was remaining, and then I wanted to kind of blend the colors together, so I just used my fingers and gently mixed them. I know it looks kind of gross, but it's actually pretty like shimmery and beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to test the final products and see if they actually work. So I have no highlighters on right now. So on this side, I'm going to try the stick one, and then on the other side, I'll do the powder. So for the stick one, this is how it turned out. It's kind of lumpy because the actual container that I used has rivets in it. So that's why it came out like that. I don't know if you can see that, but like it is super shimmery. Like that is bomb. It is the consistency of a lip gloss because I did use lip gloss. But because there's coconut oil in it, it's not like tacky and it's very moisturizing. So let's go ahead and try this out. Oh my god. Do you see that? I'm just gonna go ahead and like, you can't use a brush with this. You're just gonna have to blend it in with your finger. Do you see that glow? This is legit. It works. Not gonna lie, I'm like a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that it is a very like watery consistency, but it might dry a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and try the powder. I really love this little container I put it in. Look, it's like gold and sparkly. So I'm just gonna take an angled powder brush here and dip in. Nothing. Okay, so I got some. That is sick too. It's like so pigmented because I used mostly eyeshadows, so they are really pigmented. Look at that. Pigmented. And you know what? The way I did it, there's like no fallout at all. That's it swatched on the back of my hand. Look at that glow. I literally paid nothing to make these eyeshadows. I just grabbed some stuff laying around my house and like broken eyeshadow, old lip gloss, like not lip gloss, lip balm. Do not use lip gloss. But yeah, it turned out great and I love it. The stick form actually does dry down a little bit once you put it on, so it's not like, you can't feel it on your face at all. It's not tacky. So comment down below if you like this DIY, if you tried it, tell me what came out of your experiment, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.